Ads are here. Pausing for ads.
Hello, hello, and welcome back to another live stream. Hope you guys are doing well. Happy Thursday. Hope all's good. Hello, Guguts. How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. Welcome. I'm tired. It's day 10 of doing my quote-unquote secret task, as you guys called it. And then at this point, I'm starting to flip a coin whether I end it the following day or not, and I fail and I flip a coin. I got tails, so I'm continuing it tomorrow, and then we'll see when I end it. My longest ever is 14 days. Today's day 10. But yeah, it's going well otherwise. You know, Thursday. Tomorrow's Friday. Honestly, it doesn't mean much, but it doesn't. Whenever it's like near the end of the week, I start thinking, okay, what am I doing for the video again? What am I doing? So I haven't figured out what I'm doing yet for the video. For the Sunday's video, which needs to be probably some ECG thing. I just haven't figured out what specifically I'm going to do. So yeah, I think there's some people were asking about the PCG biome stuff, so I might look into that. So we'll see tomorrow if I figure out what I need to by then cool. Otherwise, we might do some PCG on stream tomorrow, figure some stuff out. We'll see. Other than that, I posted in the Discord asking for like what's up with the dungeon architect, not doing the entrance exits, so our level's not moving down. Haven't heard back yet. So probably won't be for a bit. So that's still TBD, but that doesn't mean we can't continue and still work on the levels. Just keep in mind that it won't be necessarily always going down. And other than that, I've been trying to figure out how the hell to do the stairs, and I haven't figured out a good solution yet, honestly. Because if we're doing right, because yesterday we decided that we're gonna do the walls coming up and down, like have it closed off, which is cool. That also means we probably don't want the little like door slots either. Probably want it like all fully like encompassed, and some other way of distinguishing it between each room, maybe. I'm not sure. Figure that out. But yeah, the going up and down, I need to figure out and the best way to do it. Hey, Ricardo, welcome in. Well, thank you. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed them. I'm glad you found them helpful. Yeah, just saying how I need to figure out what I need to do. There's been a few like quests for like with the PCG biome stuff, so probably something along those lines will be for the Sundays video. And we can continue off that. But today, continuing off with our game dev and working on the rooms, figuring out how the hell we want the layouts to work, and setting up, different stuff for that. So that's the plans. The plans. Otherwise, I hope you guys are having a lovely day. If we go actually, so yeah, yesterday we kind of did this, right? We tested with this dungeon. We found out that you can spawn now multiple entrances and exits, which is great. But why is it taking so long, and why is it frozen? Unreal. What's going on? There it is. Why did that take so long? Oh. Wait. Wait, it works now? Wait. No, hold on. No, hold on. Destroy, randomize seed, build. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. It just happened to work on that one. Where is it? There it is. It just happened to work on that one. Yeah, this ain't working. Okay. Hey, Stormrun, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. I'll do one more test just to make sure. Yeah, that ain't working. That ain't working. It worked on that first one for some reason. You know, if I set the seed to 0. On the seed of 0, it takes significantly longer to do. And it seemed like it worked. So this kind of got us what we wanted, which is you're going down. Like, this is what we want. Multiple levels, like 4 nice levels. 5, really. This is great. But for some reason, it doesn't work on other seeds. So that's something to maybe ping the... So this one's literally above. Ping the Dungeon Architect guy about. You have 6 spawns in the field, so blueprints are taking forever to figure out. I mean, by default, if you have multiple player spawn locations, it just picks a random one. If I recall. Like, unless you wanted to spawn a specific location, but then you can make a simple blueprint system that just spawns you at that location without the using of player spawn. Testing is not my recent levels. Even though I was in that level. Grumble, grumble, grumble. I still haven't migrated to 5.4. Like, if I did, like, right, if I did 3 of these. Here's I'm in the center. I'll pick the same one. Oh, with my system, with the Dungeon Architect system, I might be always picking the first one. Yeah, it's always picking the first one. My system specifically, the way it's configured. So with my system, it doesn't pick the random one. 3 allies, 3 enemies. You already have them spawning. Turn-based attacks. Setting stuff up is taking forever. I mean, yeah. But once you have it set up, you know, you're good to go. Right? That's the main thing. I wonder if there's anything here I can do. I don't think there is. No. Yeah, I'd love to specify that the start is always at the top level and the end is always at the bottom level. Because that would force things to, like, always go from top to bottom. Also. But no, that's not possible. At least not that I know of. Oh well. Okay, so close you. We're gonna need you. See. So at the current moment, right, we have a very basic system. Let's if we go to here. Randomize. Right, so we have super basic. One thing I still need to figure out is it's taking a while again. Did it take a while again because it did a correct... Nope, it didn't do the correct thing. Nope, did not do the correct thing. I was like, maybe it's taking a while because it's doing the correct... No. I mean, item shop, and nice. Blueprint was huge, but ran smoothly. I mean, depending on like all the functionality you need, yeah, you might need to have a bigger or smaller thing. So right, so we have this system. We have one room that has the staircase, and I don't like this staircase because right. So this staircase exists even when there's no door, as we see here. There's no connection here, and it exists. I don't like it. So, what do we do to combat that? That's what I want to kind of... That's one of the things I want to figure out. Because... yeah, we really need to, like, remove that. Ideally. We have... and I think we have the rooms entirely connected like this, potentially. I don't know. Actually, let's just pull up paint. Right, so we have now. So right now we have, let's say this is a room. We can have a room right next to each other, like touching. So let's say you enter this room. Then the walls come up, and let's say like this is your area. Right? And then you clear the room and the walls disappear. And then maybe you go into this room, and then again, right, the walls come up and like this is your area. But then when the walls are down, you have full freedom between these two rooms then. How do you go about distinguishing that these are two separate rooms at a glance? Now, one thing we were doing, right, is instead of having, when we had doors, is we had the doors, right, have these little like small indents. Okay, and that's where it connected. And so there was always like a little like gap, basically, between the rooms. And so it's very easy to tell. But if we have no doors and the walls come up and come down, it doesn't really make sense to have these gaps. And for more better example, I'll come here to demonstrate what I'm talking about. Go. Okay, so here's the level, and between each room, obviously we have the doors, but we have this, right? We have this little like indent. You can see it here. This is where a door could possibly be as well. And again, same thing here, right? We have this indent, so it's very easy to tell these are separate rooms. And right now, even with this, it's easy to tell these are separate rooms because there's like a slight wall. So, I guess, you know, now that I say that, what we could do is, instead of the walls completely disappearing, they'll be just like small, like rock, let's say it's rock cliffs. It'll be like subtle rocks at the edge. If it's like bookshelves, it'll be like books scattered on the edge, or like something to designate the edge when it's down. I don't know how I feel about just having wall against wall. At the same time, we don't want just gaps between areas, because then it'll feel like, hey, if I make a mistake and I don't jump, I'll just die, and that doesn't seem good. So I guess we build them up against each other, but there'll be like a subtle wall like these guys, right? And then it'll just become a big wall, magical wall afterwards. That's probably the best course of action. Yeah. Okay. So, assuming that's the case, again, what do we do but the stairs? Again, we can't have the stairs disappear. When Shawnee B, welcome in, and thank you for the raid. Welcome in. How was the stream? What were you up to? Welcome. Yeah, we're going over my game right now and figuring out like how we want to like tackle some different aspects. Namely, figuring out how we want the like rooms to connect. Because the plan is to, instead of having doors, to have like magical walls to go up and down potentially. If I start doing character animation on a character, nice. They made from scratch too, even better. Making an Unreal control rig behave was a real learning process. Yeah, I haven't tried the new like Unreal control rig. Like I've seen the videos on it, but I haven't like played around with it myself. It seems like very powerful, but I'm still somewhat skeptical on animating in Unreal. Just because I haven't seen anyone like do like full animations in Unreal, and once I do, then yeah. I'm not talking about like for cinematics. I'm talking about like creating the animations like that you would use then as like for actual character movement and animations, stuff like that. So it's kind of beta, but yeah. I mean, yeah, I think it is beta right now, either beta or the early access name that I'm blanking on, or was it like final? I know the move matching thing is like they considered it production ready, but I don't know about the rigging one. It's kind of novelty, but you're doing it anyway. Hey, it's a good learning experience. It's a very good learning experience. Actually, one thing I'm curious about. So in this level, my start point is here, my end point is down below. No, my start point is here and my end point is here. So this also was not doing the top to bottom thing, right? So I just wanted to check. If I rebuild the dungeon, yeah. I mean, this is at the bottom, but the start is on the same floor level. Yeah. Yeah, and we want to basically always somehow spawn on the top and always be able to move down. We don't want to move up for no reason if it's on the same floor. We always want to move down. So, okay, that's something hopefully the Digital Architect person will get back to us on and how to best approach this. But for now, we'll create some new rooms for our new setup. Let's make some basic rooms. So if we're not doing, let's go to our spawn room. If we're not doing these wall or these, my fabric cover is dropping, and look where the sun is. It's pretty much right in my eyes. Why? The stickiness of the tape is garbage. It's literally right in my eye level. Praise it? No, I'm not praising the sun. I'm covering the sun. I'll be right back. Goddamn sun. Curse you, son. Curse you. No, son. Son is bad. God darn it. It was going so well for a while. Like, it wouldn't fall. And then now it's just... I think the heat is just melting. Basically, I think the heat is melting the glue, basically. And so it becomes not sticky again, and it just falls off. That's what's happening, basically. It's okay, you know. We'll get through it. We'll get through it. By we, I mean me. Okay, let's make some rooms. So, this is gonna be an L room. So what we want to do is make some different shape rooms, right? So let's start with that. First of all, we can reset you. Starting with, I want just an L-shaped room. Now, start basic. Nice thing is we don't care about exactly which side of an L it is, because we can, or no, we can. The Dungeon Architect system automatically rotates. You could set it to not rotate, but now why would I do that? We want it to rotate. And then basically we could say, okay, put a connection anywhere basically that's not here. And be as simple as that. Now let's make a U-shaped room. Let's make a few of these rooms. And, you know, in this room, we should be able to jump between. Actually, can we jump between? Is this a jumpable size? It is! It is a jumpable size. Assuming you don't fall, but... You know. Main thing, it is jumpable. And that's... You know, as soon as we jump. And if we had... if we had some items here, or like some props, to have higher height, it would make it much easier to jump across. Yep, cool. So we have this. What other shapes do we want to do? I say U, but it's like also like a C. What other shapes do we want? H room. We can make one that is basically like an H. Or an I guess. It's like, how do you look at it? Is it an H or is it an I? I think it's an H. Because when I think I don't think like uppercase with, you know, these. I'm thinking I is just a straight. So, yeah, it's an H. Let's remove U. And all other aspects can be connected. But also, we could make an I room. Or let's make, yeah, enjoy your break. Thanks for the raid. Have a good one, Shawnee. Let's go with what else do we want? What else can we have? We can have and these are the small rooms. We can make bigger rooms too. So that's with these. So let's maybe just make some bigger rooms as well right now. So let's do a large corner. And by large corner, I'm talking about bigger, right? So let's do this. Extend it. Remove you. Drop you down, send you over, and up.
Ads are here. Pausing
Oh.
for ads.
Pause time. Pause time. Yeah. Already ads time's flying? Yeah, it's already been 30 minutes. You're gonna finish what you're doing and help me out? I mean, I appreciate it. You don't have to, but I appreciate it. Yeah, today's you know, today's drink of choice is Tide. You know, not the Tide Pods. That was, you know, I understand the people that were eating Tide Pods, you know, some years back. That's crazy. No, we're just going with a liquid laundry detergent. That seems like a much easier thing to consume. I look a little blue today, 3. I'm not quite sure what the 3 is. Or how I look blue. I'll be honest. So I don't fully understand. Freaking boomer. I don't think that's a boomer thing. I think just a, you know, isn't blue. Oh yeah, I guess so. Yeah, that people have said, like, you know, use blue as like a sad thing. It's just been a long time since I've heard it being referenced to like being sad. So I forgot about that. What's the 3 then? And I'm not sad. I think I'm just tired. 3 is a face, like a fish face? Oh. Okay. I don't know if it's a fish face. It is more, the 3 is more like a, I imagine like a kissy lips thing with 2 eyes. Or a lot of times it's used with like cats, right? Like a cat, like the cat mouth, like a smooch face. Yeah, that's why I was like, okay, okay, got it. Well, I said fish because I made you explain it, and now it's weird. Good. Look, remember, the best jokes are the ones where you have to explain them, because that way everyone can laugh together because now everyone understands. So every time you say a joke, you should explain it to somebody so that everyone kind of understands and what's it called? And kind of comes together. Yeah. Yeah. So that way, you know, it's good. Hey, Left, welcome in. How's it going? I don't want to like. Maybe we can have it like a default kind of corner shape. Actually, that's fine. Nothing wrong with that. I'll remove these. Actually, instead of removing, I just move them. What's the game about? So it's Binding of Isaac combined with Dead Cells combined with Hades. Here, I'll show you. Here, I'll give you a little demo. Yeah, here we are in our level. I left on the auto exposed, so it's overly exposed, but that's okay. Don't mind the very overexposed game, but you have the option to, as you play, you can have combat, but you have the as you play along, you get power-ups, and this is like the debug screen. You get a bunch of power-ups, and basically they're all passive power-ups, pretty much, where you can combine them. So you get like projectile attacks, multiple projectiles. I can get things like extra orbs floating around me. You know, I can get, you know, I have them freeze enemies. So now I have like, so I have my attacks now do projectiles and have orbs around me. Okay. And basically you just continue through and fight the enemies until you get to the boss. There we go, we froze one of them. I really like the pause on the attacks. It actually is working really well. Yeah, that's kind of the like the super quick summary of it. You're making a game in Roblox? I mean, that sounds cool. I know Roblox has like some kind of like game engine type thing, but I don't know like how robust it is. Like, how is it? Like, can you build like fully custom things? And it's like works just as like an engine, or are you like limited to like things you can put in or stuff? Select it. Why can I not select it? Oh, what? No. You. There we go. There we go. So we can have an entrance in any of these locations. We want to make sure I have these locations as well. I should be able to connect anywhere. In any of these locations, we should be able to get a connection. Or else you can build whatever you just got the skill, have the skill. Nice. Very cool. Yeah, never played, never opened even. So was not super familiar with it. Yeah. We have this one, so let's make another large room. This is gonna be like a large you. should be very simple. Just a nice move over here. And you know what? I'm going to make it so... I mean, no, it's fine. It's fine. Just have a large U. It's like, do I want to have different distances here? But I think for now, this is fine. Just put this here and bring this over as well. Basically everywhere is a connection except right here. Are currently trying to make a battle bot in real life? Oh, like those like actual like metal machines? That's very different. That's really cool. Yeah, never made like never even like looked into how to make those because I'm not like an engineer and stuff like that. But like when I was a little kid, I remember seeing like when I was a little kid, I saw like an encyclopedia kind of book. And it had like a small paragraph. And this was like first or second grade, right? And I saw this book and it had this like this just single paragraph. I didn't read it, but it had the picture of like a robotic arm. And at that age, I was like sure that it had all the information on how to like build this thing for some reason. And again, it had like a paragraph because it explained like how a lot of things are done. So I thought it had all the information there, so I could do it. No, like a year or so later, whenever like I looked back to it and actually read it, like I had nothing. I was so disappointed. But I think if I wasn't going to be doing like 3D stuff, like I'd probably go into robotics. This robotics is super awesome. I think. Are you a technician in mechatronics for 2 years? Ooh, that sounds cool. Yeah, I like the old like mechanical robotic stuff. It's really cool. I wouldn't want to do like surprise. I wouldn't want to do the programming stuff of it. I want to like just build the robots, practical. No one else can do the coding. I don't care. Although maybe at that point I would have gone to more coding, but... Yeah, if you don't like coding, blueprints are the boss. Let's do... I want to do like a snake pattern. Like a large snake. Or I guess large S. So effectively what we're going to do is make this narrower. How much narrower? I want to go too narrow. Let's go like here. Actually, gonna remove you, and then we're gonna start with this. So. I feel like coding for electronics is easier than other places. Possibly. I honestly would not know the difference. Just genuinely do not know what the difference would be between coding for one versus another. That's the third time that's happened. Guts. That's the third time someone's misspelled your name that way. Yeah, I'm sorry for you. Get a review. Yeah. Why is this distance different? Oh, I didn't place this probably in the center then. Three, wait, what? Are these the same size? Yes. Yes. Oh god, is this an like this is an odd number of blocks or in size? Also because it's an odd number. It's an odd number of blocks. So one of these is technically a little bit longer. It's fine. Just you can't tell which one's longer. It's fine. Don't count the squares. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, this one goes away. This one moves here. These stay. This is all fine. Yep. So that's how it is for this room. This is our S room. And we can reuse these rooms, like in different themes and different like what's inside of them, right? That's just the basics. Okay, let's just see how it is with these rooms. Let's just start out with. So, yeah, let's go ahead and start adding these in. So we have now atrium. Large corner. Large S. So we have a few large rooms. Not too many, but a few. 3 large rooms. It's not bad. Room, and I think that's it. Okay, build, save. Okay, let's test out in our blockout testing. Random seed build. There it is. So what do we get? So the verticality again isn't working, but why is it constantly picking? Oh no, this is the L room into an L room. So, I guess what I'd want... See, I need the entrance and the exits to work. Because, for example, I'd want it so, like, all of one side would be the entrance, all of another side would be the exits. Like, all of these would be the entrance, all of these would be the exits. So I wouldn't, like, have these connected so close. So hopefully the it does end up working. Otherwise, we have a lot of this room. Like this room just appears. There's a U. There's a large L. There's another large L again next to it. Small L. I feel like we're not getting a lot of variation here. Oh, you know what we need to do? We need to up our non-repeating rooms. Let's say 5. Randomize build. Okay, that's better. That's better. So now we have variation, right? So now we have, there's the S, there's the H, a U, U. Yeah, so that's a whole lot better. So now we're getting like varied rooms, right? Which is good. That's what we want. Okay. So this is working. I gotta yeah, that verticality we gotta really figure out. Yeah, because right in our original setup, in original setup, our verticality is built inside of the room itself. That's how that kind of worked. That's because we have literally 2 floor or 2 level places. Which we no longer have. We don't have 2 floor rooms. Because that was just not working very well. Michael Reeves is good at robotics. Isn't he like an electrical engineer? No, wait. Isn't he one of the few people that makes the content, but he's not an electrical engineer, I think, if I recall correctly? I remember somebody who makes content like that and is not an electrical engineer. I think he's the one. I think he's the one that doesn't have education in it. He just started making stuff. But I'm not 100%. You think he dropped out? I mean, could be. Could be. Yeah, or sorry, engineer. Just general engineer. Yeah, I don't know why I said electrical specifically. Just engineer. Okay. Yeah, so see, we have to go up here, which we don't want. Okay. Who can hook you up with him? Yourself? Reach out, and if you have something that you both can benefit from, then you can do a collab and go from there. People aren't just in general, just in life. People aren't gonna give you anything for free. Usually. If it's like a mutual thing where you guys can both benefit, or if it's like something super simple, I'm sure you can do it. But once you have like that big of a following, you don't have time to just for really small stuff. So I'd say move up, and once you get higher up, like, and are able to good, and you guys can both collab and stuff like that, and then you can do it. I think that's probably the best way. Okay. The hell do we do? Let's go with... Well, we need more rooms that have verticality, right? Again, I don't want... Why not want? Actually, maybe we could get away with some... If on these larger rooms... Hold on. Maybe on these larger rooms, we could get away with it. Where's my stair one? This. Copy you. S, vertical. What if I did have it go in between floors? Like here. Right, what if I did? So I'd want to do this as 2-floor stall. This would be shorter. Yeah, what if we did this? I think for this room, because of how big it is, and it's not really it is a 2-floor story or 2-floor room, but maybe at this scale we can kind of get away with it a little. Having like a large staircase like that. What if? This is not the same one. Yeah, this is not the same one. Down we go. There we go. Now that's the correct level. Okay. Okay, so if we did this... Yeah, we'll go ahead and add it to our repertoire, if you will. So, large S vertical. Bam. Build... So maybe we need to do stuff like this. Or we do have the verticality in a level, is just on these like large scale. Yeah, these S ones, like, look at that. Like, this kind of works really well. Connecting. What if we did that? We had large scale... this is really cool. Having, like, this one and completely just another level on top of it. Oh, I love that. Okay. So, let's see if I can put stairs in other locations in these levels. We don't want to do it on these large ones. We don't want to do it on the smaller ones. The smaller ones should definitely be like the single ones. So I can do it on a large corner as well. Let me just copy this. For this one, I feel like it's less good. I feel like it's less good on these, but it's still better.
Ads are here. Pausing for ads.
Oh. Pause for ads. Pause for ads. At least I'm putting the quote unquote stairs like in places where they make sense here. What I basically don't want is combat on stairs, ideally. Boss on Twitch chat? There were some, yeah. But I got rid of them. Timed out the first one because I wasn't sure. But the second one did the same thing, so I was like, okay, then it's definitely... Only two. So, easy peasy. Do you watch on both YouTube and Twitch just for the channel points? Is that what you're doing? Is that how you know? Or you just randomly decided to check Twitch? You have both open so you can join both chats? Oh, fair enough. Makes sense. Makes sense. Let's move these guys up. There we go. Okay, so we have another one that now is 2 floors tall. Add it in. Bam. Build. Save. So. Look at this thing. Randomize. Build. It's really thinking. It's really thinking. Why is it really thinking? I have a lot of room, like, to generate this, so it should be fine, but... Oh, there it goes. A lot more verticality now. Okay. So I think we remove this one from our test library. So that is Let's remove the room test, which is just our like every direction version. Although it'll be good to have like an every direction version. Let's remove the stair room test. Delete. Build. The S is working out pretty well. Yep. Random. And let's see how the L is working out. I guess is the L or the corner room, however you want to call it. The S works pretty well. It's not very much verticality here. I wish I could specify how much verticality I want, or for it to force it to use all the verticality. That's not an option, but I really would love it to be an option. Where is it? There it is. This I don't really like. That I don't really like. Honestly. Hey Brad, welcome in. Can you get a peek at my levels tab? Yeah, here we go. There's not much to peek at. It's just my persistent. These are all level instances. It's done with level instances, so they don't go in the levels tab. Yeah, it basically loads and unloads levels based on the way I have it configured is based on distance. So if I was to, here, let's go to my actual like current like build. So all of these are loaded in. These are level instances. They're not, and they load and unload based on distance. Oh yeah, I have the infinite damage basically on. Oh my god, he just. Oh, that's actually a thing. I need to, if they die, I need them not to do the attack. Because they're still doing the attack after they die. Hold on, do it. I can't believe I missed. How did I miss twice? Yeah. Still doing the attack after that. Okay, yeah, that needs to go on my to-do list. Hold on. That's a problem. On death, stop. Jump attack. Yep. They call it a jump attack, but it's not really a jump. It is and it isn't anymore. Are geometry and other actors in separate levels? Yeah, so basically the way it works is I create levels. So, right, so like this is a level. This is an entire level, and it gets stitched. So I control what each level is, and then it procedurally assembles a dungeon with these pre-made levels. And it loads and unloads them based either on distance or how many rooms apart they are. So if I wasn't looking from above and I was only enclosed in a single level, I could do it based on like how many levels just around me are loaded at any time. So for example, if I go here and I just swap over, instead of distance here, I do layout depth and I say 1. And I load in, you can see when I come here, you can see how all the other levels around me just got loaded. Because they're connected. They're one level away. And if I go into this room, that starting level got unloaded, right? And these got loaded. So you can do it based on distance, or you can do it based on how many levels are connected to it. But in my case, because I want to be able to see like all the levels around me, layout depth doesn't really make sense. So because I also want to be able to just go in between levels. So for me, it's a distance thing basically, and it loads and unloads them. So effectively, it's using the new Unreal 5 level instancing and just loading and unloading them. So you're not constantly viewing the entire place effectively. I have the large U. Let's make the large U also vertical. All the large floors should have like a vertical version, I think. Copy. And here we'll adjust these to match the width. Okay, so with this, so we can't have a room here or connection here, but we want to move all of these ones upwards. I really hope that the that there's a fix for the entrance exit thing. Really hope for it. Yeah, so now it's gonna go between 2 floors, and now we can go to here, add it in. Bam. Build, save. Okay. And now build. Taking a while to build. I might need to increase the dungeon size. But at the same time, I do. This is really nice, but again, like the start and end are on different floors, which is good. But we're going up. The verticality is getting better with more the more levels that I add that are vertical in a sense, the better. But then we get this, where it basically has no verticality. Why? Why? Let's check out this graph real quick. I know, unlucky. So the grid is 30 by 30 by 10. Let's make that 10 to 15. I don't think it needs it, but the 30 definitely does, because this actually might need to be even 50, honestly. 50 by 50 by 15. Build. Yeah, see how much longer it's taking? Because this is the problem with having the 5 module width. Instead of like a second to build, it's now taking quite substantially longer. Because the grid size is very large as well. Like, why is it still going? This is like a... Would the final assets increase this time? No. No. This time is not affected by like what you put inside of the levels. Why is it still going? Has it failed, basically? It really doesn't like me 50... I think it really doesn't like the 50 by 50 grid size. Or the original grid being that big. Oh, finally. That took a really long time. Oh, geez. It is like chugging. Why is it chugging so much? Is it because of the grid size? It's probably because of the grid size. If I select the grid... So the problem with the... Right, I would want to have a bigger... This is the problem that I was worried about. Right, if I set this back to like 30 by 30 by 15, and I hit build, I haven't hit it yet. It's just chugging. Yoo-hoo. Unreal. It really doesn't like me. This, it's like, no, I don't like you. I reset it. I put it lower. Let me have access to it. Rip Unreal. No. Give it a moment. It'll come back. I'm sure it will. Sure, it'll be fine. Mm-hmm. Well then, how are you guys doing? Do I have to force quit? Do I have to force quit it? Oh! Ah, there we go. Okay, so now I've hit build at 30 by 30 by 15. Didn't you see a stream of me working on another project? I don't know. Maybe you saw me doing like... Yeah, that was considerably faster because the grid size is considerably smaller. See, that's the problem. The grid is so expensive. Holy crap. You might have seen me like playing a game or doing some PCG stuff. Sometimes on Fridays I do PCG stuff. Depending if I need to like do stuff for our video. But in terms of like game dev, no. Then it wasn't me. Because the main problem with this setup, right? 30 by 30 by 15 seems like a lot. But if our large rooms are 5 each, that's 6 rooms wide. I've not worked on anything else. This is not really neon. It's just color coded right now because it's the blocking stage. Crap. Color coded neon. Yeah, but either way, it wasn't me then. So basically what we would sacrifice, if you're wondering, by going like back to the smaller rooms, right, is these right, not you. Go to the spawn room. Right, so the spawn room has 3 possible entrances on every side. It can have a door here, and can have a door like here or here. If I go back to having this as a smaller module, I'll only have the door here. So it'll effectively be oops. Like this version, where I only have 1 entrance. I can't have like into like a side entrance. Which now, you know, might be okay. We're not doing doors anymore with this new version. Right? We're not doing doors. So maybe it's fine. Because it doesn't matter where the doors are, quote unquote. It just needs to connect. And that would make it a lot cheaper. Yeah, without doors, I guess it doesn't matter whether it's this or this. Let's do it. Let's try it. So instead of 1,000, it's gonna be 3,000 of chunk size. And basically instead of 3 by 3 by 1, this is now a 1 by 1. It will make the... I will need to make the large rooms larger then. That's fine. I'll deal with the larger ones after. I also need to adjust the door placements, but for now, I'm just going to adjust the bounce on all of them. I'll adjust it. I don't care about this one. Not even going to bother. Okay, and then the large ones, right, would need to be 2 by 2, which makes them even larger. Which is fine. Is it fine? Probably fine. Look, I'm gonna cope for a little bit. And then we'll see. Oh, the S thing won't work anymore with this shape. Right? Because now we have 2 per side here. So the S... I mean, the S will still work. It's just I can't have connections. I can. This will be fine. This will be fine. I'm somewhat coping. Don't worry. Let me inhale my copium and it'll be fine. Okay, one thing at a time. So again, can't have these. These no longer do anything. What on Twitch just to use the copium emote? Right, so the problem right with this method is I can't have any connections then on these sides. Right, so I can't have a connection here. So instead what I'm going to do is make it so it's possible to have a connection there. So this will be a Y room instead of an H room. Just make it a little bit better. Again, I can't have a connection here, right? And that's unfortunate. But I mean, that's what it is. This also means that the maximum amount of connections to any place is 4, right? So the spawn room can only have 4 ways to go starting out. It can't have more. Binding of Isaac has the same thing. You can only go 4 ways in those rooms. But I'd have liked to be able to do more. I'd have liked to. Okay, so where's this light? Just place this in the middle. Yeah, it's lit up enough. So this can still go here. This can go there. That one lines up already. And these need to go. That also needs to go. Okay. It's a bigger area. I kind of want to put something maybe here, like as a floating something, potentially. But for now, it's fine. Right, this doesn't change. This just needs to extend. Is that lined up? It is. It is. I was questioning myself. You're no longer needed. You can still exist. you, and you go bye-bye. And you. You can be here. Okay. Yeah, that looks correct. Okay, so we're making the S bigger. Can I? No. I was like, can I just scale it together? Yeah, the S. See, it's the S. I think I have a nice S. I used to be a bigger S, but you know, sometimes you gotta have a bigger S. Oh, that's time.
For ads.
Pausing for ads. No, we're pausing for ads. I mean, sometimes you know, it's hard to pronounce the D, and I get, yeah, sometimes we are pausing for ads. Well, ads are going, though. I am going to use the restroom real quick. Be right back. I didn't make it back before the end of the ads? Man, that took way too long. Okay. Let's expand our ass. We need to make it nice and big. Yeah, these are not quite even sizes. Great. I hate it. I hate it. I'll say it. But it's fine. It'll be fine. Just let me cope. Just let me cope. Okay. You, and we're going bye-bye. You're connecting, right? We still have a connection on one of these. We have a connection here from this side. We have a connection here on this side. So it's not like we can't have connections on these sides. So it's fine. It's fine. Okay. Make it easier for myself. I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna copy it over. There we go. That makes my life easier, I think. I now need to move this over a bit because it's no longer anywhere close to the set being in the center. And actually, I can copy over the door positions as well. Now that I think about it. Yeah, this is fine. I take all the doors. Delete them. Save this. Go here. Take these doors, copy them, paste them, and now we just need to move these ones up. There we go. Okay. Changing all this, hopeful. I mean, it will be worth it in terms of performance because it'll actually be able to load. I just really wish we could put doors in any old position. Like, I understand why we can't, because it doesn't know the shape of the dungeon, so it needs to know the size, and it needs to know that it can place a door there, and it's much easier to do it like through like cubic blocks to figure out if it all connects. But I really wish it could be done of any size. I have wanted to try to create like a dungeon system, but whatever I make will not be as advanced as this. So, is there a point? I don't know if there's a point. And so I haven't. Simple as that. At least this one has like connections all over the place. So that's good. You. This is why all this testing is good at the beginning. Before I've decorated these rooms, before I've done anything else, right? We gotta make sure that whatever size and everything that we want is like locked in, or basically end up redoing more and more the further on you are. We don't want to do that. Yeah. So now, right, we had this nice connection here, but now it's longer. Which might be fine. Why is this the way it is? This does not need to be the way it is. Actually, now it does, because I need to extend this. Mistake before, benefit now. You know, utilize previous mistakes and make them their own. So we'll do that. That's about the middle. Actually, I'll use you instead. So, right, the stairs are going to be just as steep/long, but they're just going to have... I'll walk in here, which is fine. The one downside is... Play from here. Come on, adjust the lighting. There you go. I can no longer jump between them, because that is way too long of a distance. What I could do is make the distance smaller. Back to where it was. And now we can. And honestly, I think that's fine. I think that's fine, because now we can jump between the two floors. We can't jump up. Let's not be crazy about this. That is way too much to jump. Oh, we could jump down. Hey, you know what? I'll take it. So that makes this one slightly wider here compared to the other one, but that's fine. Where's my copium? It is fine. It is fine. If anything, it makes the two rooms more unique. I really wish I could figure out a way to automate this process, but there's no way. Just they have to line up. Like, I could set the snapping to a certain distance, so it'll make it easier to, like, snap between them. There's one thing I could do, actually. Adjust the snapping. Nah. Let's move this light closer to the center. Okay. We have a few rooms left. Smaller rooms, thankfully, are much easier. Ooh. This means they can only connect here and here. It can't even connect on this on these sides. For it to connect on those sides, I would need to do something like make these much thicker. I have like a small area you can't go. Is that fine? I think that's fine. That gives us 2 more connections. Again, we're not gonna have doors in the end. Right now, when we generate, it's gonna have doors, but in the end, we're not gonna have doors. They're not even gonna be able to tell. It'll just be connected. It'll be fine. The room test is itself. It's fine. The spawn room is, needs to remove these. Okay. Nice and easy on that one. We don't care about you. In fact, I'm just going to delete you. Yeah. The U room. Yeah, unfortunately, we don't have a connection on this side. But this is like one of the ones that is like unfortunate. What I could do though is make this shorter and then put you also here and have a room like this. Yeah, let's do that. This is what, like a queue room now? I guess. The Y room we already did. And the rest is fine. Okay. So now, rebuild this. Save it. So this graph, we no longer need like 30 by 30 by 50. It doesn't even like me selecting it at this size of a graph. I'll make it 20 by 20 by 10. Okay. I just unclicked it. It's fine. It's fine. Please, Unreal. Please. You're gonna be okay. It's gonna be fine. Build. There we go. See how quick that was? Considerably quicker. Build another one and done. Okay. So let's change our main path length. It's 10. Let's make this 15 for testing. We have this secondary path. It's 2 to 4. Let's make it 2 to 8. I'll make a few more paths so we can better like test this. So it's just really chugging. Yeah, let's make another path. This is gonna be like branch 2. This is going to be sure 3 to 8. This is going to go from this one, which is branch. And it's gonna start a branch, and it's going to go to start room. Or I guess other way around. Change the color on you. And then let's try this. See how it is. There we go. See how like all of a sudden we have much more interconnected things. Which is great. So we have this from start to goal. We basically have two main paths. I want one that's gonna go from the main to this branch as well. It'll be 2 to 8. From the main path, please. And honestly, this second branch, right? It goes to the end goal. I don't think I want to go to the end goal because we only want one room to end up at the boss room. So I'll actually change this back to the main path. So main start to main. So we have two starts basically. We have a main start to branch, so we have 3 start locations. Then we have main to branch. Obviously, final graph, and we have this one, branch 2. We could do a branch to branch 2 as well. This should be branch 3. So we could do a branch to branch 2. It's a considerably larger dungeon, yes. But this now lets us test out this place with more interconnected things. So, let's try it. Let's see what we get. Oh, I don't have it here anymore, so lockout testing. Okay. Randomize the seed. Nope. What do we got? All right, so here's our start. There's our end. Very close. Like it does have a good amount of some verticality. I almost feel like it's too big already, but that's fine. We're not really testing the size of it. It actually made it quite large. What I want to see is, yeah, if this can happen. That's what she said. This is what I was looking for. I wanted to see if we can have, like, basically, right? Things like this, where we have, like, a cluster and maybe, like, a pathway, and then another cluster, pretty much. And we can indeed have that now. So that is really cool. This is, like, very flat, though. Very little verticality. Yeah, stuff like this needs to be avoided, but that can only be done if we have the entrance exits working. Oh, this is the basic room, right? We have the basic room here. Some U-shaped ones, some corner ones. S's. Okay. S1, that's a corner one. Like, it is working. It is working. Something feels off when I look at it. And I don't know what. I don't know if it's just because it's very bare bones right now. But like looking compared to this. Is it because this is more compact? It is smaller, right? I think maybe the other thing is this is just smaller in scale, and that's what makes it like feel like, and it's right now filled with stuff, right? So maybe it'll be fine once it's populated with things. Because something I think we're like losing potentially with this new one. Right, if I actually played it, is we do have the nicer, bigger rooms. Right, this is like the room size, and I think it works really well for gameplay. Oh, like look at that vertical, like that. Okay, we still have that verticality. If we get lucky on a spawn, that is really nice. What I'm seeing right there. Okay, so we still have it. In fact, it feels like it's bigger. Because of the size of the rooms, it actually feels like it's bigger and grander. So honestly, I think that's actually working really well. Not much from this angle because you see that's the end of the map, but definitely from this angle. Yeah, that's real nice. Okay. Oh, what? Wait. Oh, the distance is too... is the distance too small now? Yeah, the distance is too small now to actually see everything. Hold on. Go dungeon. 3,000 distance is too small. We need more... Not 3,000 distance is too small. This is too small. 3,000. Let's use 2,000 to start with. Vertically, I kind of want to see everything, so let's make this 5,000. Random seed. Build. Oh, not build. Let's play. And I'll randomize the seed. There was a loading thing there. What? Oh, wow. What? I am on distance. It can't be a two... No, it is that big. 3,000. $3,000. We just see that much. It actually needs... We need to have... Wow, 3,000... Because of the angle, I guess we do need like a very large distance. Right, the problem with increasing this, by the way, is not only are we loading in everything forward, we're also loading everything behind us that we don't see in the camera. Just like unfortunate. Because it's a distance thing, it's not a camera-based thing. What? So there's something loading and unloading. That's why lighting changes. It's fine. I just want to make sure that at this distance is like lighting is changing. Why is lighting change? You know what? I'm not gonna question it. Don't question it yet.
Ads are here. Pausing for ads.
Nope, ads time. Oh, Y room connection needs to be like 1 block over. Although this is also Y connection. It needs to be. So if I move it 1 block over, it'll also not connect. God darn you, Y connection. It needs to be even based on both sides. Can you use ads time to tell me what you've been cooking? Ooh. I know it's not food that you've been cooking, but I kind of wish it was food and you're going to tell me what kind of food you've been cooking. Because I'd be very interested in that. I know you were playing around with some ChatGPT stuff, but I don't remember the task specifically. I don't know. Did you tell me what the task was? I don't know if I forgot it or you didn't tell me what the task was. You asked for a task for a 3D environment artist? You need ChatGPT for that. I could have told you that. Get task for that. Make an environment. Task complete. And the task was to make a scene. I mean, yeah, that's what I said. Did it tell you like specifics of like what kind of a? Wait, should I lay out the specifics for you? Oh, okay. So are you gonna tell me that you've successfully created this environment? Timeline and tasks? Well, the task is just to create an environment. You sure need more tasks than that. Usually Starbucks got depressed. Well, that's not good. So you failed the... Sorry to hear that. Okay, so... I think distance-wise, we're at the right place now. Yeah, those lights going on and off was not going to be a problem once we have like proper lighting that isn't like in between levels. Because we got a better reference, and so that's what you've been cooking. So you've been working on environment? Nice. What kind of environment? What kind of environment have you been working on? What's like the theme and the look? Man, doing the block out for the new scene. Started learning with the material system and Unreal and all that thing. Well, the block out shouldn't need materials. So when you do block out, you want to basically do what I'm doing. Your block out should effectively look like this, where it's just cubes, maybe cylinders, like very basic shapes. That's block out. No materials of any kind. Yeah, you can send them. Yeah, you can send the reference in Discord. You could also send your own thing in Discord. Absolutely. Yeah, this is what you want, like, for blockout. Very basic stuff. You're not using material, you just comment as one of the topics you were learning. Ah, okay, got it. I understand. I understand. Your own thing, you're too you're too raw. I mean, look, is it more raw than this, which is just cubes? I doubt it. I mean, if you're shy, that's fine. You don't have to. No one's gonna force you to. What if I force this thing to be narrower? Will it make it higher, like bigger? I mean, more vertical? If I go to the crate grid, and instead of 20, I'm gonna make it 10. Okay, let's make it even smaller. 5. What? Ah, okay, now it failed. Okay. 6. Six works. Let's try this. Bunch of cubes in Maya in Azure Sky so you can see how it looks. Why are you doing the blockout in Maya? Hey, holy crab. Welcome back. How's it been? How are you doing? That's a good reference. I mean, it's very basic, right? Very simple, basic, like in terms of like modeling and blockout. But it has a lot of like interesting things that you can use, you can do with it. For reference for people, this is the reference. So in terms of like buildings, it's like very simple stuff, right? You can pretty much reuse the same building more or less, or the same, like, you can create some modular pieces. Like these balconies can be just a modular piece, so you can write it's the same balcony effectively in all of these. Like this piece and this is all the same. That's, you can make that modularly. And then you have a lot of like debris and just things that tell a story, grunge and things of that nature, which is good. It is very much, I think that it needs like this greenery is really gonna, I would make it like a more stand out a bit. Yeah, it's very brutalism. Yeah. Like as a starting like first environment, I think this is good. Like, this will work. You have some like more advanced stuff with like you have to deal with reflections and water. What it looks like. So, yeah, a lot of like all of this stuff. By the way, these little debris pieces, even stuff like this, I would just do with PCG. Like scatter it. Yeah. Because unless you're trying to like recreate the exact placement of things, then okay, sure. But I'll do it PCG. What are we doing today? Continuing to work on the game. The other ref you felt was more... Compul isn't a word, so I'm not sure what you said. Yeah, if you want, yeah, send the other reference. I don't mind. Complex. Ah, okay. Look, I'm not great about reading between the lines, okay? Not great with that. Sorry. Oh, so it failed to build there. Okay, so we do need bigger grid. Let's do 8 by 8. There we go. How is it failing to do like so much? I guess it's failing because it, darn. I think after today we'll put a pause on this for a bit until we can figure out the like this is better. Like this is good. Like that's a decent amount of verticality. But what's the second one? I mean, this is also not very much more complex. I'll be honest. This isn't like these are the same. These are the same, more or less. Like in terms of materials, it's like super simple, right? This isn't much more complex than the other one, honestly. So it has like slightly more complex like modeling shapes, like because there's like curves here and stuff. It does have destruction, right? So like, yeah, if you're like just starting out with modeling and stuff, yeah, maybe destruction would be like more complex and more difficult because the other one didn't have destruction. Right, this one had grunge, but nothing's destroyed. This one actually has destruction, which, you know, could be difficult. But could be a fun learning experience. Is AI generated though? I mean, yeah, it's fine. They're using it for like learning and basically reference. That's fine. Like I'm not like a stickler like, oh no, don't never use AI. I'm not like that. I was thinking if you should do the scene just for a render or do a full environment. Well, definitely do a full environment. But just because you're doing a full environment doesn't mean like so like I wouldn't make this just from this camera angle. I'd make it so it works for multiple camera angles. But to do that, it's easy. You take this building and you put it behind here. You take that building and you put it over here. And if you're looking this way, you just reuse the assets, reuse the buildings. And you just make it so you can go down the street and look around, but it's like closed off. Same thing here. Maybe in this way, you're seeing these buildings. But in the other way, if you look around, you're seeing mostly these buildings. You don't see this. This is only in this direction. There you go. Yeah, you don't need to go like over the top, especially on your first thing. You don't need like a complicated, you know, oh crap, what am I gonna do? You know, it's fine. Last question before you go to bed. Well, I guess we're not answering any more questions for Good Guts, so that way he is forced to be here. Because he can't leave without hearing the answer to his question, right? So I guess, yes, that's for him. Want to keep you awake, I see. No, if you're tired, go to bed. Sleepy time, best time. Team 10, 10, 10. Okay. But if we do this, right, we don't get the other effect that I wanted, which is potentially having like an island and then another island. Although, yeah, this is actually has decent verticality. But again, where's the starting room? Starting room is there. Although this one has like a good chunk over here. No, I guess this is fine. Should you model a building as one big model? No. I'm not even gonna read further, but no. Always make things modular. Always. Always. The only time you should not make something modular is if you're making a one-of-a-kind thing that will never in any way be reused of anything. And there are very few things like that. Right? If I want to make this water bottle, okay, you just model this water bottle. You wouldn't make the bottle one thing and the cap another. Because this is just a prop, this is the object. If I make a desk, okay, well, ask yourself, am I going to have other desks, and are they all going to have the same legs? Maybe you're going to want to have the top of the desk be one piece, so you can make it of different sizes, and then have different legs. So you have different widths and stuff, right? So you wanted to have modular then. You'd make one set of legs, not even like both sides of the legs. You just make one of the legs, and then you just copy it over to the other side, and then based on the width of your thing, you just reposition them correctly. You can make a full blueprint for that. You can make a tool for that. But yeah, absolutely modular. You weren't sure how to do the second one modularly? What do you mean? This? This is all right. This is all the same here. These pillars are all the same. These balconies are all the same. Right? These are all the same pretty much. What's going on here is the same. These two are the same. These are more or less the same. Like this is the same building as that. Just rotated, I think. Right? There's like a lot of like these, whatever these are the same. The curve parts are actually tripping. Keep in mind, this is AI generated. So these are not perfectly all the same curve. But in real life, if someone was to make a building, these would all be the same, you know, like the same distance apart and the same thickness. Because that's how real architecture is built. So don't make it like all these different widths. You make it the same width. And then for the one that's destroyed, yeah, you make that one a little more unique. Which, depending on what you're going for, you could get away with decals potentially. Depending on the distance. Now, there's some deformation here that you're going to lose, but maybe you get that by just putting rocks on top of it and making it look like it's broken up that way. For something that's completely destroyed, obviously you can't do it unique, but like for a lot of these that are like fine, but just have a little like texture damage effectively, yeah, just make it the same piece and reuse it. That's the whole point. So yeah, there's lots to reuse. Like the whole bottom of this, right, is the same. It's the same bottom. Depending on how you built it, you just reuse it in all these locations. Make it once. And then you decorate it with decals and you make it unique. Then the stain does not exist here, right? So yeah, there's like lots of stuff can be modular. Because you have to think of it this way. Do you want to build 20 balconies? Like here, let's say this building. Do you want to build this balcony 20 times? Or do you want to build one balcony and reuse it in 20 places? I want to build one balcony and reuse it in 20 places. That seems easier to me. So I'll do that. You make one balcony. You don't put anything that's like, you don't put a stain on it. You just make it the base balcony, and you can reuse it. And ta-da! That's generally how I tend to work, which is like tiling textures and not like, or even you can put the detail in there in like a baked texture, but I like tiling textures because you have infinite resolution. And then you put decals on top of it, and then you have like all the detail, all the grunge, breakup, and whatever else. Yep. Helped a lot to hear the perspective of a specialist. I don't know about specialist, but sure, I'll take it. I have experience, but I don't know about specialist. Hey, Collider, welcome in. Want to make an instant static mesh in the blueprint? Yep. Or you could do it with PCG. You know, depending on what you need, what you need. You can even make it do with PCG, and then it's automatically instanced. Okay. And then you have like full control. You can just change the height of it dynamically, and it'll just move it up and down, all with PCG. Basically, make the entire building through modular pieces, and then you control the height. You're a super lurker. No worries. Messing with PNG today? Messing with PNG today. I assume you meant PCG. I don't think you were messing with a image format today. I'm assuming PCG. PCG, okay. Got it. Yeah, makes more sense. Okay. Okay, so back to this real quick. This is good. I like this. This is actually working really well. What I'm actually curious about, and just a thought that I had. Now you're on your phone, actually cooking, doing some peanut oil porridge before you go to sleep. Sorry, peanut oat porridge, not peanut oil porridge. Peanut oat porridge. I know what all of those are separately. Is that a thing? I mean, if it looks anything like this, yeah, that seems great. If it's anything like these pictures, then yeah, fantastic. No, it is. It is. Because peanut and oat porridge. It is a thing. So, yeah. It's a thing. Make it. It literally peanut and oats porridge. Quite literal, but yeah, make something like this. Peanut and like here's some, here's peanut butter, oats, some fruit on top. Looks fantastic. Make it. Does not look like that though. That's okay. What about this? There. I mean, you probably don't have like this stuff on top. You can do something like this. This looks very fancy. Chocolate. Oh. If you only knew what my secret task is. You'd be like, well, how is he looking at this? secret task. The child would keep him up all night. I mean, he's eating right now before bed, so in general, it's probably gonna keep the guts up. In general, but you know, some people can't go to sleep on an empty stomach. No gluten. Aside from bread, I genuinely don't know what has gluten. Because I'm not gluten intolerant, it's not something I've ever really looked into. I know bread has gluten. Aside from that, bread doesn't have gluten? I'm pretty sure bread has gluten. Yeah, the most common source of gluten includes bread. Includes all types of bread, unless labeled gluten-free. Yeah, I'm right. Anything white flour related? Gluten comes from wheat. Yeah, there is non-gluten bread, absolutely. But I was like, in general, like unless it's labeled gluten-free, it has gluten. So any kind of like bread product, I guess pizza, right? Stuff like that. Basically dough. Dough products, I know, are typically gluten. But aside from that, I don't know. If there is stuff. But that's just because I'm not gluten intolerant. Thankfully, I don't have any, like, I don't have peanut allergies, I don't have gluten allergies, I don't have, like, any of that stuff. I'm not lactose intolerant. Like, I can eat pretty much whatever I want as long as I enjoy the taste. Thank goodness. Ugh. Isn't gluten made when bread is needed? I'm not sure. I'm not too knowledgeable on that. So the secret task is not a gluten-related thing. You know, a guy allergic to milk, so sad. Well, that's just called lactose intolerance, pretty much. Like a colleague of mine, or a friend of mine from the college days, is like allergic to peanuts. Like EpiPen will go to the hospital allergic to peanuts level. So like if you eat like peanut M&Ms and then you ate them like hours ago, but you did happen to not wash your hands, and then you shake his hand, he'll end up in the hospital. Like that kind of level. So I'm like, jeez. Like, thank goodness he's like very, you know, smart about it because he has to be. But like, oh, terrible. Everyone gets lactose intolerance at age? Not everyone. No. Some people do, but not everyone. Intolerance means you pop. Allergic means anaphylactic shock. Intolerance means you pop. I mean, if you like eat something you're allergic. Oh, intolerant means you poop. Yeah, it's very different. Very different. Yeah, well, thankfully I don't have any of that. So, in my case, I'm lucky in that regard. But again, if you want to guess what my quote-unquote secret task, as you guys called it, is, feel free. If you're right, I'll tell you. But there's no way you're getting it. Once I'm done, I probably will tell you guys. Just myself. But the way you experience it is your body simply does not accept milk. And it flows right through. Oh, interesting. Oh yeah, like I had a friend that basically like whenever he drinks like coffee, or I think a lot of people have this, like where they drink coffee and then they just have to use the restroom. They have to go poop. Not always, like not every single cup, but like I think it just kickstarts their metabolism, and all of a sudden, like, oh, your body's like, oh, I have to poop. And they had that with like Red Bull. Like whenever they drink Red Bull, they just think, oh yeah, I use the restroom. Okay. Like, I get it. Like, or like in the mornings, like at least for me, I just need to have like some kind of liquid sometimes, and then all of a sudden I'm like, oh yeah, okay, now it's restroom time. Oh, ads time.
Here. Pausing for ads.
Which is slightly different. You get extreme projectile. Oh, jeez. That's not good. You love poo dog. Someone got back to me about my dungeon architect question. Basically, I'll tell this after the answer then. This is unfortunate. This is unfortunate. Okay, as they're done. Yeah, apparently, the functionality that I'm looking for has been disabled. For performance reasons. Yeah. That is unfortunate. So hopefully it'll get re-enabled. You've been limit testing Dungeon Architect. They hate you for sure. I mean, possibly. I'm not gonna say that's definitely not not possible. They very much might, but yeah, it's yeah. The character looks great. It is pretty good. Did you try to roll your own before you bought it, or you just feel like it was the tool for a job? It has very powerful. Like I don't think I am good enough to create what Dungeon Architect has done. Like, because, like, let's say, like, you even create, like, just a modular thing where it connects at the right places. Okay, you can do that. But then it has, right in here, I can just make connections between paths to other paths. And it works, like, entirely. It reads the levels in it. And then it does it. And then if I want to, I could have this generate also items in random locations. I can do other things. And this is, by the way, just Stab Grid Flow. There's like multiple formats. There's one that is entirely like a tile-based modular system that just generates a random shape levels for you entirely. It's insane. Is the new free content up yet? On yeah, it's already got there. I already got it. Go grab it if you haven't on the marketplace. But yeah, this is like extremely powerful. There's like some limitations and stuff, right? Where, you know, like the thing that I want, right? I wanted to constantly moving down through the level. It's currently not available. But unless I want to make my own, I have to work with these limitations. So, yeah. You know, gotta work with it. Gotta work with it. Right? And if that is a limitation that we're gonna have, then that is the limitation we're gonna have. So it's possible like this will be how it is, at least for a while. And where we spawn here and then the goal is over here on top. Right? And then we have to just find our way upwards. Now that is fine. Genuinely, that is fine. Because you still end up like seeing verticality in the level, which is the main thing I want. I just want to be able to see verticality. What I don't want is to have like spawn here and then the end result. Where's the end level? I don't want them to be like on the same like this is fine, right? Did you change dungeon generator? Yeah. So we're playing around with, so this is like a very bare bones. So well, instead of the previous one, which is this one here. Right, this is the previous one. What I decided to do is I wanted bigger rooms. So this obviously has like populated stuff inside of it. That's why it looks busy and that's why it looks like interesting. This has stuff in it. But I wanted larger rooms. So we're making a second version where it does that. Also, this one currently, right, on the spawn, here's this item room, but basically the spawn is only a single location. Single room. I can't see the spawn right now, but somewhere. Oh, there's a spawn. Right, the spawn goes into a single room. With the new setup, the spawn actually has multiple starting locations. So you can go in different ways. So if I generate this. Here's a starting room. Technically, you can go 3 rooms, 3 ways it's connected. Now, this happens to have all sides connected. But if I randomize again, right, you could see that it has connections on multiple sides. It's not a single way to go. So when you spawn in, you can go in like different ways. So here I can go into, so it's much more open. And so the idea is with this is I'm getting rid of the doors. If you guys haven't heard. So right now this has doors, right? But I'm getting rid of them. And so the way it's going to work is the doors already were not very important because you could already jump between levels. So instead, what I've decided is when you go into a room and like not invisible, like walls will basically appear. So if it's like a library, then bookshelves will rise up and basically lock you into that room. When you clear that room, they'll come back down. And then it'll be the same for any room. So that's how it'll be, and there's not going to be any doors anymore. The functionality of clearing a room and moving to the next one will still be the same. There's just not going to be a door. And in the minimap, you'll still see the rooms as they are separated. Just again, No doors. Still here but fell asleep? Man. Way to call me boring. Door glow particle effect. Now, there's not gonna be doors. So what I'm imagining is basically, let's say, right, this is the room. Or let's even pick like a different, like, yeah, let's go with just this one as the basement. Let's say you walk inside of this room, and basically, let's say this is like a stone rocky room, or I don't know, right? Maybe that's the theme. Rocks basically pop up all around and close you into this room. So you can't go out. You can't jump out, you can't go out. And then they go back down. And maybe it'll be like a cool like portal effect that appears on the ground and then they go up. I got a relaxing voice. That's the first time I've ever heard that. Thank you. I'm calling Cap, but thanks. You're here after completing Satisfactory? No, nice, congrats. Only to realize the entire game is just training for the final level where the game really begins? Well then, you didn't complete Satisfactory. If you haven't completed the final level, then you haven't completed Satisfactory. Right? I think that's how that works. Yeah, so that's kind of the idea behind this. The other nice thing about having a larger place, by the way, is it's out of the way. Is if I let's see if I can find a good spawn where I can see lights of, like, the verticality just feels a lot larger because the rooms are larger. There we go. Right, that vertically is the same distance as it was before between rooms, but because the rooms are physically larger, it feels like a more massive place, and I really like that. Right, again, as you like move around this place, it just feels bigger. That's what she said. Yeah, it feels like a much bigger place. Yeah, that's what she said. You can still, right? It'll still be able to go between places, go between rooms. So, yep. And this one might not be like a one large staircase. It might be like I might break it up into like 3. Do you like it more though? Yeah, I do like this more. I think this works a lot better because again, like, all right, this is going to be a room. This like area here, like this section is like one of the smaller rooms, but it's already bigger. It has more area to work with. Camera far away, levels more open. Yeah, exactly. The one thing I haven't accounted for is those walls, and I don't know, I probably want to have those walls effectively be outside of the level coming up. Not hordes of mobs. The mobs are so we've done the AI just recently. They've actually improved. So if I go to let's go here. We've actually improved the AI, where if I come here, oh, this I forgot. I didn't remove this staircase from this from this setup. Let's kill you real quick, right? Because the range aren't a thing. So this guy, this mushroom guy, now should shoot from further. Why is he failing to shoot? That's not working this way we set it up. What's going on? Also, those guys should be invisible up the top. So now, at least these guys, you see they have like a hold. So they get ready to attack, and then they attack. So you actually have a chance of, like, you're not gonna be caught off guard anymore. So they're getting to attack, you can, you know, block or whatnot. As you can see, like, they do like a little jump attack now, which is a lot better. Because I kind of like that when I was playing Hades and some other games. I really like the fact that there's that wind up. And that's something I wanted, but I wasn't sure how best to implement it. And by eliminating them just walking up to you or chasing you and just hitting you no matter what, having it always do basically the wind up and then like a jump attack where it's like, okay, and it's always the same direction. Like, they don't home on you. So it allows for like much better control. Also, the other lighting here is broken now because I've moved things. If you like playing Hades, do it. Fantastic game. If you don't want to do the early access, do play the first one. It's a great game. But yeah, I think this is a good direction. I do need to figure out though what to do. Really helps you visualize better for, yeah, I mean, in general. By the way, this is just a general thing. Oh, I didn't. When you're making a game, oh, it feels like playing Hades really helped you visualize better. Yes. In general, when you're making a game, make sure you're playing games, other games, just in general. Because if you're not playing other games, then how will you know what people enjoy, what people want? If you're just like homing in on your own game and you're not playing any other games, you don't care about any of the other games, how do you know what's the new thing that people want? People's minds change. It's like, I don't know if you guys saw the oh god, what's the what's his name? Like the there was a game that came out that was being developed for so long. His name, the guy's name starts with a D, I think. Like blonde hair. I think he's the guy who. Crap, I forgot the name of the game. Duke Nukem. I remembered. Duke Nukem had a game that released like probably a while ago now, but they re-released it. But it was developed for so long and went through like so many different people. What? It was just so like not modernized. Like it had jump pads. Nobody does jump pads anymore because they were stuck in the old way people play games. And so if you don't play games and you don't like learn from everyone around you, you're gonna make a game that no one wants to play because it's outdated now and no one cares. So the guy who asked for a game stream should win a Bitcoin. You could have a coin. It's a bit. It's a bit. And it's a coin. You play 5 hours of Hogwarts Legacy and you thought you can do a floor like this in Substance Designer, drop the game to try it and never play the game again. I mean, you know what's funny? I have never played a game and dissected it. Like, to be fair, like I've slightly dissected Hades in terms of like how is their combat, because that's I'm looking for that. So I specifically was looking for that. But in general, if I play a game, I just enjoy the game. I don't dissect anything. Some people are like, okay, this guy said this, this other guy said this. That means, okay, then I know it's foreshadowing, so that guy must be his dad, and that's why this is... I don't care. I don't think about any of that. When the game wants to tell me, I'm like, cool, that's awesome. Now I learned something new. I just enjoy the ride. Like, that's how I play games. I don't dissect things. I don't like try to do all that. Now that's different when it comes to games like where there's like not strategy, but like city building games, and just games where you can where there's like how do we explain it? But basically games where there's optimal ways of playing and there's not really a story to it. It's just mechanics driven. If it's like a mechanics driven game, I will dissect it. I will like watch tons of videos on it, and I will learn like what the best way of like doing whatever that thing is. That's because it's not a story driven game. Your friend came to watch you playing and got annoyed because you kept doing that? What, dropping the game and trying to recreate it? Or like dissecting it? You really enjoyed the movie Transcendence and almost all did? That doesn't matter if anyone else did. That's one thing, like when you play a game or you watch a movie or something, like a lot of people are like, what did this other person think? Who cares? Why do you care? What did you think? Did you enjoy it? If you enjoyed it, that's it. It doesn't matter if someone else doesn't like it. What does it matter? You enjoyed it. Cool. Enjoy it. You're happy with it. Same thing with vice versa. If you didn't enjoy something and someone else did, okay, let them have them fun. You didn't enjoy it, you'll find something else. Cool. It's moving on. I don't understand the whole let's fight because we have different opinions about liking something. Why? And what's the point? No one wins. Both are miserable after that. Why fight? You feel like you like the feel of do what you want, doesn't matter if you win or lose? Yeah, exactly. You kept analyzing the environment and they weren't... okay. You're a lemming. Of course you care what everyone else thinks. I think I've only ever played the original Lemmings game. I don't think I've ever played any of the other ones. And there's a lot of them, and apparently pretty good. Every sentence that starts with "let's fight" is not for you. Exact. Yeah, same. Some people are wrong and they need to know it. Why? Why do they need to know it? I know you're probably kidding, but yeah. I don't feel like there's a... There are certain things where you should speak up. But just liking or not liking something, I don't think is one of them. % of fights you've witnessed for all the adulthood involved alcohol? You have not been on Twitter. Go on Twitter, and that percentage will change from 100% to like 0.001. Although I don't recommend going on Twitter. I don't use Twitter. Like occasionally I'll see someone will post something and I'll like unlink it like in their Discord or something, and I'll go on Twitter and see what the post is, but otherwise I don't interact with it. I don't recommend it. You don't use any sort of social media anymore? No one tell him he's on a social media platform called YouTube. No one tell him. He might get scared and run. Don't tell him. Google has limited commenter reach in this flavor. I'm not sure what you mean by that. You don't use Twitter when you try it. You got mad at people being stupid, and then you just learn the term rage bait. They do it on purpose. Yeah, some of them do. Some of them do. Yep, that is a thing. That is a thing. Yeah, it's just the other problem right now with the way they actually changed Twitter. I don't know why I'm going on a tirade on Twitter, but recently, if I'm not mistaken, they changed it where you get paid for impressions, so you're incentivized to do clickbait, do like false information that are just out there, and like, but make you like want to like read it or like engage with it in some way. Terrible. They just get a reaction of you. You're at Holy Crap. Well, thank you so much for stopping by. Take care. Thanks for stopping by. They'll be going soon too. Yeah, I think I'll probably be wrapping up as well because it's pretty much time. So, you know, we did good. We did this. We did some testing. If I can't do the guaranteed vertical rooms, what I probably will need to do is just have more rooms that have variation in height, just in general. And that will kind of just force this entire place to just be a more vertical, like, puzzle mess. So maybe that's going to be the solution. It's just more rooms that have verticality of some kind. And we'll go from there. I also want to, like, change up some stuff. Like, I want to have this. So that'd be, like, one staircase, but maybe, like 4 small staircases in places. And then it'll feel like a lot more natural of a move up and stuff like that. So we've got to play around with this a little bit more. But in general, tomorrow, I got to figure out what I'm doing for this Sunday's video. If I figure out how to do whatever I'm going to be doing, then we'll continue with game dev tomorrow. If not, then we'll do some PCG stuff tomorrow. And, you know, try that out. Probably. We'll see. That's a good start. It was a good start. So, yeah. Make rooms smart, then convert them into rigid bodies and roll them up. No, I'm not having rooms have physics on them. Oh no, I see Blueprint coming. No. Blueprint won't be for a while. Blueprint won't be for a while. Oh, if tomorrow, maybe. If we do PCG, there'll be some blueprints in that regard. But we like PCG stuff. We gotta decorate and, you know, fill this place up with like holes and other like interesting props and, you know, populate this place. And then, yes, blueprints. But in general, thank you guys so much for joining me today. I do hope you enjoyed it. Back tomorrow at 6 p.m. Pacific, as always. And, yeah. Hope to see you guys then. Take care, everyone. Till then. And now, go get some sleep, good guts, everyone. Fill the holes sounds wrong. It's fine. We're going to fill all the holes. We're going to make some holes when the holes didn't exist either. It's going to be great. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.